How you doing, YouTube? Matt with Massive Beer Reviews, back with part 3 of the Sam Adams Nitro Beer Project. Yes, came home today and found these sitting on my porch. And it's the Sam Adams, if you haven't figured it out by now, or if you skipped ahead. They came out with some Nitro beers. They've done it before, but this is the first time they're kind of doing it, I guess you would say, on a more regular scale. And they did 3 beers. They did a white, basically a wheat beer, a Nitro IPA, and last but not least, what I'm reviewing last, I guess you would say, would be a coffee stout Nitro in a can. So we did the other 2. Finishing up on the coffee stout, went classic, smaller to bigger. Not ABV, because this is actually the middle of the road, but light to dark, I guess you would say. So, yeah. So let's see what this last one has to offer. It says, enjoy from a glass, pop and pour. Nitro Coffee Stout, Sam Adams. Stout with coffee added. A nitro widget inside this can gives our coffee stout incredibly smooth, creamy taste. You know, the swirling cascade of energy as the beer settles in your glass. Pretty much that's the same on every can. 5.8% alcohol by volume, and that be that. So, yeah. All the cans are pretty much the same label-wise. They're cool. Basically, huge font on the side and just a kind of pooling nitro color, like almost like you're getting a pour kind of on the side of the glass. Just, you know, this one's dark. The IPA is a little bit lighter, and the white ale is a little bit lighter. Does that make sense? So, yeah, let's give this a whirl. Last one, see what she's got. These nitro cans like to explode. Got a fistful of beer, but that doesn't suck. Smell the coffee from here already, I'll tell you that much. So, yeah, that does not suck. So yeah, huge coffee. I can smell it, like, super smell it. Anyway, getting that beautiful curtain-esque cascading, nitro-wise. Coming into a little bit south of what I like my coffee to look like color-wise head, but forming in this beautiful, creamy, pillowy deliciousness that Nitro is pretty much known for. Pretty clear. It's starting to get darker as it kind of cascades upward, but it's got this rich kind of mahogany color mixed with that dark brownish, blackish color. And that's straight up coffee ice cream in color head-wise. Starting to settle down to pretty much same head. Size-wise as the others, a little bit over a finger's worth. So let's get a nose on this. I'm going to tell you right now there's coffee in it because I can smell it all over the place. Nice, rich, creamy, non-bittering, and that's one of the good things. I've talked about this in the other reviews. I'll get to that in a minute. Non-bittering coffee. But it smells like mixed with the chocolate, too. Like a nice, soft milk chocolate in there. Definitely get a little bit of roasted malts, but it's predominantly coffee. With imagine it's just straight up coffee. Maybe even a little dark roast coffee with a little bit of cocoa powder in it. That's kind of the vibe I'm getting off of it. So yeah, like I've said in the previous ones, for me, Nitro works and doesn't work sometimes. You know, the IPAs I'm not a big Nitro guy with, so I think a lot of times kind of molecularly or chemically, I don't know, I can't speak to that, I'm not a scientist, but for some reason it seems like Nitro beers, when it comes to an IPA, kind of hold back a bit of that kind of hop flavoring. With stouts and coffee beers, it does the same, but I think what it holds back are a lot of flavors that I'm not too keen on when it comes to a stout. It's holding back a lot of burnt instead of roasted. You still get the roasted, you won't get that overly burntness. You still get the coffee, but you're not getting the bitterness, almost like you cold pressed it. So that's kind of the nose I'm getting on this. So let's see if that's the truth. So she looks cool, she smells awesome. Let's see what she tastes like. Cheers. The combination of the nitro and that head with that super creaminess combined with the coffee and the stoutiness, because stouty's word, which I'm getting a ton of chocolate from. It's almost like a coffee hot chocolate. But how do I put it? You ever get you make the hot chocolate with the marshmallows in it, but then you throw an extra marshmallow, real old school gigantic marshmallow in there, and you get this super frothy, creamy head to it. That's kind of what I'm getting off this beer. Excuse me. Nice roasted malt. Very ample, very big coffee. Strong coffee, like I said, dark roasty. It's probably a combination of coffee and roasted malts. Now, not as much chocolate I got in the nose. I'm still getting it, but it's still there. And obviously, fantastic mouthfeel. I can drink a bunch of these. Yeah, that's not too shabby. Sweet enough, but not overly sweet. Yeah, it's not too bad. I dig it. It's probably my favorite out of the bunch, which I assumed. Just because, like I said, I usually don't lean too heavy on nitro IPAs, and the white ale, while good, not my cup of tea most of the time, but it was still really fun. But this, just lends itself perfectly to the whole nitro process. So let's talk about it. Is it one of the better coffee stouts? And when I say coffee stout, I mean actual coffee stout, not some coffee imperial stout or coffee barrel aged stout, like plain 5% coffee stout I've had as of late. Yes, it actually is. Ample amounts of coffee, really not much there as far as bittering goes. Nice chocolate and beautiful mouthfeel to nitro. So yeah, and it's one of the better nitro beers I've had as of late because, I mean, by itself without the nitro, it's a great coffee stout, but combine that with the actual nitro, just kind of takes it up a little bit. Value and availability. It's supposed to retail anywhere from like $9 to $11 for a 4-pack. That doesn't suck. I mean, it's 5.8%, so you're not talking about, a huge beer, but at the same time it is a nitro beer, so take that added cost into the can and the pounder size into account. It's not too shabby. Availability, not sure what their market is going to be. I'm sure it's in the paperwork they sent me, so look below in the review. I'll probably put it down there just to kind of cover all the bases. But I'm sure it'll cover more areas than their last project beer, which is their Rebel Raw, which is just a few cities here and there. But hopefully it makes it to market. But if you're not sure, and if I don't write up a row, ask me a question right in there. I'm sure I have it in the paperwork somewhere. And trying to think of anything else. If you like what? If you like this. If you like coffee stouts, man. Nitro aside, it's just a damn good coffee stout. Like I said, coffee stouts to me are good, but they have to be done well. And this has everything I want in a coffee stout, with a roasted malt and a really ample amounts of coffee, rich and deep with a bit of chocolate in there with none of the bittering going on. It just kind of works for me. And like I said, if you're nitro beers, that's the added bonus. So if you're into any of those, this is definitely worth something checking out because it's just that damn good. So there you go. Another review in the books. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the review. If you did or you didn't, or somewhere in between, please leave a comment in the comment section below. And like, subscribe, and all that fun stuff. If you want to check us out anywhere else on the internet, you can. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Untapped, Massive Beers, and all 4 of those places. And yeah, another review now. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the review. Hopefully you're enjoying a nice Nitro Coffee Stout right now. And hopefully see you next time. Cheers.